Alright guys, so welcome back again to my channel, and we're just gonna do a sit down talk for the trading week recap. Again, I trade the Nasdaq if you're new to the channel, and I am obviously still trying to make it and trying to turn consistently profitable and not just ups and downs. Anyway, so I am down for the week. First trade of actually this is the first losing trade of the year, to be honest. I don't know even why I took this trade, but I was emotional for some dumb reason, and I entered the trade that I should have not entered, and but it's not a big loss. It's even less than what I'm willing to lose, or even on a daily or a weekly basis. So I'm really happy with it. I would consider it kind of like break even because it's really close to break even, but yeah, so it's actually my first week where I'm not up, just emphasize on this, and things are slowly changing, going from full red weeks to one red week out of 6 weeks now. Yeah, so that you need to acknowledge improvements, because obviously that's going to help for the topic that we are going to get into. So this is a trade that I took today. I had a small loss yesterday, and today I entered here. So this was a trade, and then I took partials around this area. It was down there. I think it was a 1-to-1, and then price came back up in here. I was break even at the time, so I got stopped out at break even, and that's the end of the trade. But now looking at it now, price would have ended up going and hitting full TP, which is it is what it is, because if it did, let's just say that if I did not go break even, then I would have hit full TP, and then I would have recovered and been on profit for the week. But obviously that doesn't work. I always take profits and take profit one and then go break even. That's just rule of the thumb for all traders. So yeah, so that was the trade more or less. So first of all, you might be wondering, why would I listen to this kid who hasn't even, by the time I recorded this, I only got 70 subscribers. And you're completely right. Look, you can choose to not listen to what I'm saying, but I believe that, having a small amount of subscribers or being an unprofitable trader doesn't not make you understand things. What matters really is experience, and if you're experiencing certain things, then I think that you can achieve anything that you want, and you can actually believe and teach people what you believe in. Okay, so let's just talk about something that I really wanted to talk about recently. I had a small argument with my partner, and then she came up with a quote that changed my perspective. I think that quote is currently helping me to become a better person, a better man, and a better trader. And that is, you need to understand and fully comprehend the difference between confidence and self-esteem. Person could be highly confident but could have low self-esteem. If you guys don't have a good or great level of self-esteem, you're not going to make it, in my opinion. And that is something that I had to reflect on, that I journaled on recently for a very long time, and then I came up with solutions to what I was doing wrong for such a long time, and slowly changing my mindset is helping me to achieve things that I've really wanted to achieve for a very long time. So this is my journal, and this is where I note down everything, not just my trading, but everything that's going on in my life. It's just a diary. Writing down your thoughts helps you reflect on them and then come up with solutions if you're doing something wrong. So I asked our dear friend the internet what the difference between confidence and self-esteem is. Starting by confidence. Confidence is the belief in my abilities and competence to perform specific tasks or handle situations. On the contrary, self-esteem is the overall intense sense of your own worth and value as a person. Now, why is this important? Whenever I was speaking to someone, or whenever I was just journaling and stuff, I would always use the word confident. I am a confident man. I am confident in what I do, etc., etc. But at the same time, I came to the realization that even though I am a very confident person in everything, kind of like, or in how I approach every situation in my life, maybe I am not a person with a high level of self-esteem, and that is why I was always kind of like hitting a wall and then going right back to where I was starting. And now that I'm starting to understand the difference between confidence and self-esteem, is easy to understand why you're still in the same place and you're not seeing any progress. The reason why things don't work is because of my level of self-esteem, which is low, even though my level of confidence was very high. When you're a confident person, you believe that you can achieve anything, and that is correct to a certain degree. But at the same time, if you don't own that sense of own self-worth, you're still not going to achieve anything. It is actually a bit of a difficult topic to explain, because until you experience it, I don't think that it can be explained in words, such as with everything. As an example, trading. Even though people teach it, I do believe that you need experience to be sit down in front of a computer at the charts to fully understand it. Even if someone is teaching it to you, until you have that market experience, you can never learn. And it's the same with understanding confidence and self-esteem. If you don't experience it in the first place, then it is difficult for you to understand what the hell I'm talking about. If you think that you're competent to something, but you don't actually believe it and own that sense of belief, then you're not gonna achieve anything. And that is the difference between self-esteem and confidence. When you have a high level of self-esteem, you know that you deserve, that's the correct word, that you deserve to achieve certain things. Confidence is just, I know that I'm great, I know that I can achieve it, but that sense of belief, you still don't own it. So that is the reason why most of us still fail, and we hit that wall and then go back to where we started. So how do you fix this? So this goes down, in my opinion, this goes down to things like meditation, journaling. So that is what I did. I journaled down I use the word fix, how to fix my self-esteem through meditation and other things. So through the process of journaling, I written down 6 things for which I believe will help me fix my self-esteem. And this is my journal. I've highlighted it in pink. I don't know why I choose the color pink, but anyways, the topics that I have written down in order for me to fix my self-esteem: recognize my strengths, / do not expect gratitude. So this is something that I've been struggling for a long time. When I speak to people about my strengths and about my achievements and accomplishments, you always expect some sort of gratitude from them, and when you don't receive that gratitude, you go back to doubting yourself. Recognize my strengths and do not expect gratitude. Do not expect anything from them, because they will not accept any of your success and they will not tell you that you're actually doing great at something. So that is why I do not expect anything from anyone, and recognize your own strengths. If I know that I'm good at, I don't know, photography or editing, whatever, that's good, that's great. So recognize the strength in order for you to increase your self-esteem. The second topic that I written down is monitor and challenge self-talk. So this goes down to changing your subconscious in a way that you actually start to own the things that you do. And what I mean with that is that little exercises such as changing the way you talk or the way you think. Instead of using the word I should, start using the word I'm going to, or I will, or I can. Those little things over time, they build up to better things, and they build up for your self-esteem to increase. So topic number 3 is practice self-compassion. What I mean with this is, don't try to be as hard as you usually would be with yourself. As an example for me, this week is a perfect example. Yesterday I took a trade that I was not meant to trade because I was emotional, and then for a while I did blame it, and I was shouting at myself like, why did I do it? On a normal day I would have never taken it, but just because emotional I was. Just stop blaming yourself for it, and show some compassion for yourself. That is another tip for you to increase your self-esteem. So number 4 is, this is probably the topic that it's kind of like at the bottom of the list out of all the 6, and this is set small and achievable achievements. As an example, So I would try to always compare it to my life, because again, experience in my opinion matters. So when I go to the gym and I try to hit a new PR, and the second you hit it, you receive the sense of achievement. That is something that you can work on to increase your self-esteem. So for example, if I wanted to bench press, I don't know, I'm just throwing out a number like 70 kg, and you achieve that, then that's going to increase your self-esteem. So that is why set small goals that you know that you can achieve, and that subconsciously will create that will give you even more a sense of self-esteem. And number 5, it's literally just the example that I just did. So the last two go back and forth in comparison. Number 5 is prioritize self-care. If you have a healthy body, you have a healthy mind. That is I know it sounds so cliche, but that's the reality of it. When I was not consistent with the gym, I was not even consistent with training, but now that I'm consistent in the gym and I always go a minimum of 4 days out of 7 for the week, I am consistent in my training, and you know, going to the gym just builds that discipline. As a consequence, that builds that self-esteem. Last but not the least is probably, I would put it as top 1 or top 2, and that is cut off any social media, no distractions, and especially no comparisons. Social media nowadays is probably the easiest tool to go to whenever you're bored or whenever you want to lose yourself in, but that is the biggest mistake that I believe that people do. Social media is created in a way that is so easy for each person to be compared to someone else, and that is exactly how you F up your self-esteem and your confidence. The second you see someone doing better, or a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old who's already a millionaire, making 10k a month in trading, that's gonna put your confidence and self-esteem down. So that is why, to me, this is really important. I'm not going to say that I deleted all my social media, because I still use it for purposes such as YouTube and then promoting it on Instagram and TikTok, but I don't just go micro scrolling. Use that for motivation and not for comparison. So no social media / no comparisons is my number 6. So this is exactly a topic that I think resonates with any person that's going through this journey of, you know, trying to turn profitable or just being an entrepreneur and then trying to change their life. So know the difference between confidence and self-esteem. Increase your self-esteem. That, as a consequence, subconsciously will just create this infinite energy of, you know, positive thinking, the law of attraction, etc, etc. So again, I don't know how to put into correct words, but I hope that did clarify some of the things. Yeah guys, I don't really have anything else to say. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Anyways guys, just want to show you before I cut the video, but this is where price is going today. So I was 100% right, but yeah, you know, as I explained earlier, I got stopped at break even. But look, I'm still very, very happy, because I was correct at predicting where market was gonna go, where the price was gonna go, and maybe I could have improved the entry point, but again, just due to the fact that I'm trying to turn profitable and I'm still trying to fully comprehend how to read the higher time frame buyers, I always like to wait for extra confirmation. So in this case, I waited for a break of structure just below here and I entered here, but then obviously the second price came back up here. I was on break even, and I got stopped out at break even. Still, I made a small amount, but obviously this would have been the trade. It would have been a massive trade. But look, again, as we discussed on this video, just be happy with your achievements, because yeah, that will go a long way.